Hey guys, it's Kayla back again with another video. A lot of you guys ask me questions regarding what field you should go into. Should you go into finance or accounting? Should you do economics or finance? Should you pursue a medical profession or finance? And today with this video, I'm going to be addressing this and helping you figuring out the steps to figuring out what you actually want in your life. I've helped a handful of people with life coaching and career coaching, and my advice works. Point blank, it works. So if you're interested in having me as a career counselor, I'd be up to do it. You can email me at the email in the description bar up front. I'm not cheap to do the career counseling. I charge as much now as my digital marketing services, but if you need detailed, specific help on figuring out what you want in life, I'm the girl for you. So a lot of you ask me to explain why I chose finance, and I have to go all the way back to my childhood and the way that I was raised. And I grew up as a lower middle class kid. I always really wanted more for my life. I always wanted to keep leveling up. In high school, I really thought I was going to become a doctor until I started volunteering at hospitals, shadowing doctors, getting as much information as possible, figuring out what the actual cost of education to become a doctor was, and figuring out even if I graduated with a bachelor's degree debt-free, I would 99% chance be in over $200,000 of debt from medical school. So that was like a no-go for me. I was not interested after that in becoming friends with doctors, volunteering, etc. Always interested in knowledge, information, becoming better, and the people that I just met through my life, the richest ones, always said they had made their money through finance, and that stuck with me. And with the research that I did, because just like you guys, I researched medical school versus pharmacy school, computer engineer versus, anything, any combination of things I researched during junior high and high school. As I did more research on finance, I felt like it could be a good fit for me. I'm a very analytical person. At the time, I was extremely money motivated, and there really is no other career path out there. You have the possibility to make 7 figures by the time that you are 30 years old. Even if you went to medical school and became a surgeon, you're not going to be seeing 6 and 7 figures until like your mid-30s, for example. So that really drew me to finance, along with the prestige and just seemingly leveling up in life by choosing finance. After I got into the field, it really taught me what I actually prioritized in my life and the things that I wanted to do in my life. And that is why I preach to you guys, go and talk to people. Interact with the professionals that you see yourself being interested in and maybe wanting to work in the future. I don't just tell you guys advice to tell you advice. I tell you what works. That's why I make these videos, to give you guys as much insight and advice that my younger self could have used and could have benefited from, because I want to see my subscribers do well in life and to figure out what works for them in this lifetime. So since I titled this video Accounting versus Finance or something along those lines, if you click this video and you're not a subscriber of mine, you want to know, the main differences between accounting and finance. For most accounting type of jobs, you can expect a more 9 to 5 type of work schedule. With finance, you can expect 80-hour work weeks and up if you are in high finance, investment banking, venture capital, private equity, etc. There are many different job titles and job kind of roles in accounting, more than most people realize. You could be a forensic accountant. You could just be a tax preparer without being a CPA. You don't need your CPA to be a tax preparer. You could be a CPA working for a company, or you could be a CPA with your own firm as an individual or as a partner with other CPAs. You could work for the IRS in many different roles. You could be a special agent in the IRS with an accounting degree. Not many people realize that. So, if you were somebody who grew up and thought you wanted to be an FBI agent, well, guess what? You could go get your bachelor's degree in accounting and then go work for the IRS and be an agent who actually tracks down people and interacts with people who need to pay their taxes or are doing very bad things. So if that interests you, you could be doing that. If you're somebody who's interested in being a CFO in the future, you have big dreams and aspirations, it's better for you to choose accounting, become a CPA. That's just the most common way to become a CFO now. Most companies want their CFOs to be very accounting savvy, to have their accounting degree, or to at least have their CPA. With finance, you could work in retail banking, you could work in high finance, you could work in financial services like being a financial advisor, selling financial products. It really depends on who you are and what type of things you actually want to do. Now, with accounting, you're really looking at the past, and with finance, you're looking in the future. In finance, you're taking a lot of the time the information from the accounting department to forecast the future. Funny side note, when I would tell people that I was a finance major, or when I was getting my associate's degree in business and I told people that I wanted to continue and get my bachelor's degree in finance, people will be like, why aren't you pursuing accounting? I had this one guy that I went on a few dates with, and he'd be like, you should really do accounting. You should really do accounting. And I'd be like, can you please get away from me? Like, stop telling me what I should be doing. I'm sure some of you are interested in whether or not, if I could do it all over again, whether I would have chosen accounting versus finance. And that answer is maybe. As I've grown older, accounting has become more and more interesting. I'm very practical. I deal with taxes quite, frequently as a business owner, and also I do tax preparing for multiple family members. Just as you grow as an adult and you have more things on your plate as a homeowner, as, investing in things, etc., you need to know more and more about taxes. So, the answer is maybe. If I was somebody that did not have to work while I was going to college, if I had a completely free ride and had family support, I probably would have done a double major in finance and accounting. But if you haven't seen my double major in finance and accounting video, you'll understand my reasoning behind that. It's just these subjects, finance and accounting, are so heavy. There's so much to know and to learn. If you're working and have a bunch of other responsibilities and going to school, it's just a lot. You need to focus on one thing and get good grades and crush it and making connections and getting out there in the world. If you're more of like a quiet person where you don't want to do any selling, you kind of just want to clock in, clock out, accounting would be better for you. As far as sheer amount of jobs out there, I bet my money on that there are more accounting jobs, more accounting opportunities out there. Accounting is kind of that field like nursing where even in a recession, you and your services are going to be needed, whereas finance professionals can often be the first ones who feel the stressors and the market stabilizing itself after a recession. So if you're in a role that deals with mortgages, anything selling financial products, you are going to feel the recession or the financial slump. There are definitely a lot more women who are accountants versus various different financial roles. If you're somebody who wants more of a stable environment, regular office job, I'd say accounting is more for you. If you're somebody who like has these great aspirations in life, never gives up, is willing to fight and willing to grind and grind and grind for 10 years, then finance is actually a good option for you, where if you get good grades, you get the internship, you make the right career moves, you could be making 7 figures in finance, high finance, by the time that you're 30. How common that is? It's like 0.1% of all finance majors, right? A lot of you guys want to know which one would give you a better chance of owning your own business in the future. And overall, with accounting, you could start your own CPA business, or if you don't have your CPA, you could do tax preparing. Those are the most obvious things. If you wanted to own your own business regarding finance, you could be a financial advisor, but you really have to work through a broker company. You could have a type of like mortgage company. You could become a mortgage broker. There's options in that too. There's like less hoops to jump through when you want to start your own like CPA tax preparer type of business. With financial advice or starting your own company like that, or like mortgage originator, mortgage broker type of businesses, there's a lot more hoops to jump through. So you want to figure out what is right for you, right? That's the big question here. How am I going to figure out what I'm meant to do? Area of finance you want to pursue, what area of accounting that you want to focus on in the future. Let's say you're in high school, or you're a freshman and sophomore where there aren't as many internship opportunities, or you're somebody who is older than that and you didn't get an internship opportunity. Offer to volunteer, offer to work without pay to get insight of what it's like to actually work in that field, to see if it's right for you. If there's somebody you really admire and want to work for, say, hey, I'll work for you for 2 weeks for free. And after the 2-week trial, if you don't think that I'm good enough, that my work isn't good enough, then we can part ways. And if you do like my work, then you'll hire me on. Make a deal that works for you and also works for the other person. Ask if you can shadow them and see what a day in their life is. For that, you're probably going to do it for 1 day or for a week. And if they're not willing to have you shadow them for a day or for a week, ask to interview them. Say you're doing an interview for school. You're doing an interview for a website you created. You're doing an interview for an article, your school paper, whatever. Come up with an opportunity and make it work. Find any internship opportunity that you can get into, paid or not paid, and get these things on your resume. People will say to me, well, right now I'm just volunteering, tax preparing for a business. Guess what? That is great. That is experience. You can leverage that and get another opportunity with that volunteering experience. Just keep getting experience, real world experience, because you are able to leverage that. Use those experiences to leverage yourself into the next thing, into the next level. Just keep leveling up. You can't expect to start on level 1 and jump to a level 100. It never happens for anybody in any field. Think of it this way: volunteering, level 1; internship, level 2. Getting the job in the field that you want, level 3. Starting your own business, level 50. There's so many levels to these things, and just take each day as the time as it comes, and to figure out what your next step is going to be. What direction are you going to go to? Are you going to pivot into something else? Right? Today, you might think you want to be a forensic accounting. You volunteer doing something like that for a month, and you might find yourself saying, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I want to do a government IRS type of accounting job instead because of X, Y, and Z. You're not going to figure out if those things were important to you, unless you had gotten that experience in the volunteering, internship, whatever type of opportunity you made for yourself. So that about wraps things up that I wanted to cover today. If this helped you out, be sure to give this video a like and share this video with anybody who may be able to use this information and advice. If you're not already subscribed to me, you better hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more of my great content. If you have any more comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And until next time, I'll see you around in another one of my videos.